Good morning, my sunshines. Welcome back. I hope you had a nice week off and got to play games at home and rest and listen to music and all of that. Today, we're going to focus on writing an equation from a graph. This should be review for you. So, let me show you how I would set it up. So, we're in Algebra IXL S as in Sam .8 in the Algebra section. So first things first, I'm going to look at this graph and I'm going to remember that I need to write my equation y equals mx plus b. Turn the light on. Okay, so when I write y equals mx plus b, I know that m stands for my slope and b stands for my y-intercept. So if I can find those two things from this graph, then I can write the equation that they're asking me for. So first things first, let's find our b, or our y-intercept. What does that mean? That's the point where the line crosses the y-axis. So if you look at the graph, you can see that the line crosses here on the y-axis at -6. So that's where I would write -6 for b. And then I need to rise and run my slope. So remember, what I like to do is I like to look at the line first and determine whether it's positive or negative. Starting from the left, going up, I can see it's a positive line. So make sure my slope is positive when I write my information. Now I find, where does the line cross a corner? I see it crosses a corner here. And I see it crosses a corner here. So I'm going to rise and run, remember? So I go up 1 and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my slope would be positive 1/7. Now I write my equation. Y equals 1/7x minus 6. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug that in on my computer. And I get y equals 1/7x minus 6. Hit enter. Yay, I did it. Okay, everything is this exact same format. Okay, let's try another one. So again, I want to go through and make sure I follow these steps where I write my equation, my m, and my b, and then I can find my answer easily. So again, I want to find my b first. My b is my y-intercept. Where does this line cross the y-axis? So if I follow the line and I find that it crosses here. Notice we're in the negatives, and they go by tens. This is 0, -10, -20, -30, -40, -50, -60, -70 is my b. Okay, now I need to find my m, my slope. Okay, so I find where the line crosses corners of a graph. So I see it crosses a corner here, and I see it crosses here, and I see it crosses here, I see it crosses here. You need just to find two places where it crosses and try to find the two that are closest together. So if I find here and here, you'll see I want to do rise over run. So first things first, is this a positive or negative slope? You should have answered positive because starting from the left, it's going up. Now, how many boxes do I rise? 1, 2, 3, until I get to the same place where it's going to cross the corner here. So I rise 3 and run 1. So that means my slope is 3/1. Now that I have my m and my b, I can write my equation, and it should be y equals positive 3 over 1x. I'm just going to say 3x. We don't need the 1, minus 70. Okay, so now I'm going to enter that in on my IXL. Hit submit, and we're golden. Okay. Now I want to show you on this next one. Notice the slope is very subtle. And when you get over to the end, let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Okay, it's hard to see, so be careful. Here it does not cross a corner, right? Make sure you're finding where it crosses the corner. So on this one, if I was going to find my slope, I would go up 1 and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so on this one, I'll do this one with you as well. Again, same format, y equals mx plus b. I would write down m, I'd write down b, and then I'm going to write my equation. Oops. Okay, so first things first, we find our b. Where does the line cross the y-axis? The y-axis is the vertical axis. Notice it crosses in between these two numbers. So if this is -4 and this is -6, this has to be -5. So my b is -5. Now I need to rise and run my slope. Find where the line crosses a corner. Well, I know it crosses here, so let me find where it crosses one more. And I told you it's this one right here. It looks like it could be that one, but it's not quite. It's this one. So I go up 1 because it's a positive slope, and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 over 7. And then I can write my equation. Y equals 1 over 7x minus 5. Now I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Y equals 1 over 7x minus 5. And hit submit. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. Notice I'm going to jump a level just to get to what's considered harder, which I don't think is any harder. So I'm at 72. This is where they say it's supposed to be harder. So first things first, write down your equation. Y equals mx plus b. This is slope-intercept form. M is what we're looking for, and b is what we're looking for. Once we have those two pieces of information, then we can write the equation. So we start with the b. First things first, where does the line cross the y-axis? At what number does this point? So if this is 0 here in the origin and I'm going down, that means my first number is a -1. So that would be my b. Then we need to find our slope. So ask ourselves, is this a positive or negative slope? It's negative because starting from the left, it goes down. So I know right away to put a negative here for my slope. Now, find 2 points. Here's a point where it crosses a corner. And look, it crosses at every single corner. So we want to pick the 2 that are closest together so we don't have to reduce. So I'm going to go down 1 and over 1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. So my slope is down 1, so that's -1 over 1. Now I have my m and b, and I can write my equation. Y equals -1x minus 1. Now, you could put -1 over 1, but then 1 underneath is not necessary, okay? So then I'm going to enter it in down below here and write y equals, whoops, always double check before you hit enter. Y equals -1x minus 1. And shazow. All right, you guys got this. I know you know how to do this, okay? If you need anything, email me at pnasta@heartdistrict.org or send me a message in Google Classroom. Okay? Take care, guys. Bye.